In our last session, we actually deconstructed the core idea from Eugene Schwartz that you cannot create desire, that you can only channel this desire that has been built up in your customer's mind like a river. Now, I need to explain why that single idea is the blueprint for creating an entire market from scratch, which led to the creation of our category of one, which is the Mohgix doctrine, and which also had a great influence on us creating the clarity tax, the strategic void, and the game of stakes. Now, when people actually think of creating a market or what it means to create a market, right? They think it means inventing a brand new product. They think it means inventing a new gadget or a new technology. But that is one way, right? And it is expensive. And it is also a gamble, right? In his book, Breakthrough Advertising, that book actually gave us a far more powerful and purely strategic way because Schwartz proved that you don't create a market by inventing a new solution. You create it by articulating a new problem. Right? And let us be very clear. A market is not just a group of people. A market is a shared conversation, a shared desire, a shared frustration. So for years, people actually felt the pain of confusion in their business. They felt the loss of money. But that pain was actually vague. A lot of people call it confusion. A lot of people call it communication problem, right? A lot of people call it the cost of doing business. And we also see it as a communication problem, and we also see it as noise, right? And honestly, there was no solution, there was no market for the solution because the problem had not been defined. Now, Schwartz's blueprint is this: find the vague, unspoken desire, find that frustration, and be the first to articulate it, and be the first to give it a name. The moment we, Mohgix, and here at the Institute, we codified the term the clarity tax. We created the market for its solution. And guess what? We didn't invent the problem. We only named it, right? So we entered the conversation that was already happening in the minds of the councils, the council, which are the people who are our audience, right? And then we gave them the language to actually understand their own pain. And the one who actually defines the problem is the only one who can own the solution. So if you can define the problem, you are the only one who can own the solution. Now, that is the blueprint, and that is why the book, Breakthrough Advertising, is not just a book about copywriting. It is a definitive strategic manual for market creation.